Melissa, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be covering belly rolls with you, give you some tips and advice and stuff you can take away and develop over time. But I also want to invite you to the National Belly Dance Academy Festival, which starts really soon. I'm really excited. It's myself and 3 other amazing teachers will be teaching you, mentoring you and performing alongside you in a massive theatre show at the end in October. Go check it out. It's www.nbaf.co.uk, National Belly Dance Academy Festival. Anyway, let's get on with belly rolling. So I'm going to come a little bit closer so I can show you a decent belly roll from closer up so you can see it. And we'll talk about it, right? So we do upper abs, middle abs, lower abs, release. Upper abs, middle abs, lower abs. And so when we're rolling down, you want to get as much control in those abdominals as possible, okay? Anyway, let's begin. So first of all, I want to talk to you about upper abs. I'm going to just show you while I'm here. Where your rib cage opens out, just here, this is where we're going to be contracting the muscles when you do a chest drop. So if you're a belly dancer already, maybe you've got the your head around the idea of a chest drop already. So when you drop the chest, you're contracting here to make the chest stop. So let's do a couple of those first because I want you to find that muscle first and then we'll go into isolating it all by itself, okay? So it's chest drop, chest drop, chest drop, chest drop. Upper abs, squeeze, 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 down, 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 down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna come closer again. Pay attention to this. So what I want you to do is now this area here, I think if this is my ribs and this is my internal organs, contracting this muscle by itself, I kind of want to go up and underneath my rib cage. That's what it feels like to me anyway, right? So I'm going to go squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. It might not feel like that to you, but it feels like that to me. So I'm going to slouch a little bit so you can see what's going on. Alright, so I'm here and now I want to upper abs, upper abs, upper abs, upper abs. So I'm kind of pulling up and under, and if anything, this is a doming effect, so this should pop out. It doesn't want to go in with you. If it's going in with you even a little bit, you're not going to get a belly roll because it means you're contracting more than just the upper abs. So you only want to squeeze no lower down than this, okay? So squeeze, squeeze, upper abs, upper abs, upper abs, upper abs. That might take a bit of practice. A lot of students, like a lot of people find that some people find it easier to find the lower abs, some people find it easier to find the upper abs, some people find it really hard to do both. So you take your time. Well, you need to be able to isolate them separately before you can really go into a good belly roll. Okay, so we've done some of those. If you need to do it a bit longer, stop the video, go back to it, see if you can find it. Another way to do it might be sitting down on a chair. I'm going to slouch again. So I'm going to move my arm out the way for you. And you want to let the belly hang. Now I know, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this, right, that in society you want to have our belly pulled in all the time. But for this, you really need to let it go, otherwise you'll be too tense and your belly will not roll, okay? So slouch, let it hang out. Imagine you just stuffed your face. Ugh. All right, from here, now same thing, upper abs, upper abs, upper abs, upper abs, upper abs, upper abs. Okay, yes or no? Maybe not, we'll see, right? Okay, let's go. Now I want to talk about the entire abs. So, like everything. And this is your transverse abdominis and it goes all the way around. It's like a corset and it holds you in, basically, alright? So we're going to squeeze. And if you do enough of these, you'll feel the muscles here as well because it's, like I said, it goes all the way around, right? So, you want to think of pulling your belly button in towards your spine like this. This is my back and this is my tummy. Boom. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze. Everything at the same time, okay? Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Now I always tell my students when they're doing this one, especially if you're new to it, imagine you're on a beach and a really hot guy walks by. Suck it in without holding your breath though, right? And he just disappears. Okay, so squeeze it, release it. Suck your belly in, but you're not sucking it in, you're contracting the muscles. Let me say that again. So you're contracting, releasing, because I want you to breathe at the same time. If you're not breathing, you're going to like hyperventilate and stuff and get dizzy. So don't want to do that, all right? Your lungs are not the muscles that you're contracting. Yeah, you're not doing it with your lungs. So you should be able to breathe as normally as possible. So off we go. Squeeze, release. squeeze, release, squeeze, release. If you're feeling brave, let's go a little bit faster. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Okay, upper abs, middle abs. I say middle abs, but it's kind of like everything. And then we're gonna do lower abs. Okay, so again, I'm gonna come closer. So the way I like to describe this is you want to imagine, okay, so lower abs and pelvic floor, all right? It's all the way down here, underneath your belly button. If anybody's had children or you know about Kegel exercises, which is your pelvic floor, you want to think of like if you were really, really desperate for the toilet and you try to hold it in. Sorry for the visualization, but you imagine you're really desperate for the toilet and you need to hold it in, right? So you're like pulling it up and in, or you can think of a lift. I mean like a lift, you catch a lift, you go up the stairs, right? So imagine a lift, and you're taking the lift in the basement and you're taking the lift up a few floors. Yeah? So you want to think of pulling those muscles gradually up, and then you want to stop no higher up than the belly button. So that might help you. Another way to think about it is if you want to imagine your trousers or whatever you're wearing here, you want to pull the lower belly away from it. So imagine you're trying to peel yourself away. Yeah? Okay, so peel away. And again, you want the doming effect to happen. So if I squeeze my lower abs, I should, theoretically, my upper abdominal should pop out because they're so relaxed. If they don't and everything's moving, then you're not isolating. That's a cue for you to know that you're not isolating properly, right? So lower abs, lower abs, lower abs, lower abs, lower abs, and if anything, I get like a pot belly at the top. Lower abs, lower abs, lower abs, lower abs, lower abs, lower abs. Okay, awesome. All right, so a little challenge for you now. We want to go upper, lower. Like, okay, so first of all, I want to say it's very, very normal if you haven't found upper or lower or both. It's okay, stay with it, and then keep going over it and keep going over it. If you found you've got it, we're now going to alternate from upper to lower, upper to lower, upper to lower. And again, you might find it easy for yourself if you slouch a little bit. Maybe it makes your life a little bit easier. Maybe you can feel it. And I also want to say that usually if you're brand new to belly rolling and brand new to isolations of the abdominals, chances are if you place your hands on the muscles, you'll feel it more than you can see it until they get stronger, because you have to build the strength in the muscle and the isolation first, right? So you have to wait for that. And then, so usually when I was first learning anyway, I could feel it more than I could see it. So delicately placing your fingers on the muscles sometimes helps, okay? And I come a little bit closer again so you can see. All right, so we're gonna go upper abs, lower abs, upper abs, lower abs, upper abs, lower abs, upper abs, lower abs. And again, I'm slouching a little bit just to give you more shape so you can see. Up, lower abs, upper abs, lower abs, upper abs, peel away. And again, maybe you can't really see it. If you're in front of a mirror or something, place your fingers on the areas and make sure you're only contracting. When one's contracting, the other one's completely relaxed. When it's contracted, this one's relaxed. Make sure that that's happening. And if it's not, practice, practice, practice until it does. Okay, so lower abs, upper abs, lower abs, upper abs, lower abs, upper abs. Okay. So you've done upper abs, you've done lower abs, and now we're gonna attempt the roll, okay? So this takes practice, like I said, because you're working with your muscles, right? So if you're working with your muscles, it's not something you generally get in one day. You have to like develop it. So if you really want a good belly roll, you have to do these exercises. I would recommend for a couple of minutes a day, and then eventually they'll get stronger, and eventually you'll start to see it. Okay, so let's attempt the belly roll now. So we're going, let's start from top to bottom. So upper abs, roll through to middle abs, release upper, release lower. Upper abs, middle abs, lower abs, release. And roll. And roll. Move my hair out the way. 1. And roll. Roll. Yeah, so the key is, the challenge is when the more advanced you get with these, the challenge is to actually be able to switch off one as you go through the other. So if my upper abs are here and they're squeezing, and I roll through my lower abs and my upper abs slowly release. So it's kind of like a slowly on and off switch, if that makes any sense. Oh, that's how I do it. So I'm gonna go roll down, release, roll, release. Yeah. Okay, sorry if my belly's rumbling and you can hear it. It's not a good idea to drink lots of water before you do belly rolls because you can hear it going brrr, brrr. Anyway, yeah, and the beauty about belly rolls is you can actually put them on top of a camel as well if you wanted to, right, to make your camels more juicy or whatever, right? So if we do a camel, because my stomach is really going for it. Alright, okay. But then you might want to put a subtle belly roll on the top, make it more gooey, more snaky-like, which is of course the sort of thing we're going for, right? Rolling it down, rolling it down. Okay, so that's belly rolls. I hope that helps you. Like I said, it's not something, you've got to persevere with them. If your brand needs them and you're struggling to find the muscles separately first, you have to persevere because it's not something you get in one day. That's ridiculous, right? You've got to work with the muscles, work with the muscles, work with the muscles. Boom. Okay, so don't forget to check out National Belly Dance Academy Festival. It's www.nbaf.co.uk. I will be teaching you, I will be mentoring you alongside other great teachers. We're going to have the time of our life. See you there. Bye.